Hello! I wanted to talk a little bit about coronavirus and how it's affecting me. So yesterday, the university that I work at, they decided to close the university to students and move all of the classes to an online format. So next week is our spring break, and the week after spring break, they've suspended classes, all classes, and then the week after that is when the online classes start. So that extra week of spring break is for professors to prepare for the digital experience. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how it's affecting me personally and how it's affecting this university community. So yesterday, the announcement went out from the president of the university describing the action plan. There was a incident response team that was formed that met several times and ultimately decided to close the university to students. Now, I am an employee of the university. I still have to be here. Professors can still be here. They just don't want students on campus. The thought is by canceling in-person classes right after spring break, the students will stay home and not come back to campus and spread the virus all around. There's been quite a few announcements on the university website with different forms of advice. So let's go over some of those different announcements. So the first announcement on the website is from February 28th, 2020, and the president assures us that there have been no cases in the university community. Obviously, as the now pandemic spreads, the website got updated. So let's check on some of those updates. So on March 4th, the university decided to bring home all students studying abroad, and they suggested a 21-day self-quarantine. On March 5th, they reminded us about general hygiene. On March 6th, the state did not have any confirmed cases, and an update just went out in general about what the university's doing, what you should expect. On March 9th, a memo went out advising students that might have travel plans for spring break what should happen. So if they are visiting areas with a lot of coronavirus cases, they are to have a phone, an initial phone screening when they return. If they show symptoms, they have to quarantine for 21 days. And then comes yesterday, March 11th, the president of the university announced that in-person classes will be suspended the extra week of spring break. That same day, the department that deals with residence halls and student living sent out a reminder for students to get everything that they need. At this point, they're allowed back in the dorms after spring break, but just in case everything closes down, they advise that you take it all. The curious thing is that their announcement assumes that the week of online courses is only going to be a week long, where in the president's announcement, it kind of implies that it's an indefinite thing. And I checked this with somebody else, a coworker of mine, who was in a meeting for COVID-19 yesterday, and he agrees that this is indefinite, the online courses, and that they will basically reassess at the end of the week, the following weeks thereafter, what's going to happen with classes. Oh, also internships, student teaching, stuff like that still continues until the organization where the student is teaching or working or whatever interning closes. So those kids are not off the hook. And then Academic Affairs put out a couple of memos that describe what students can expect about getting online and stuff, and the reason for that extra week of break in order to give professors time to prepare for the online learning. Faculty memo that went out describing exactly the support systems the university has put in place to help professors get their classes online if they don't use the online component. I know many professors use the online component, especially for turn-in and supplemental materials and stuff, but there are certainly some that don't use it. So it's going to be a big adjustment for them. There was also some advice for students that might need help with the online component of it. So I spoke to a couple professors, and they are really stressing out about going online and getting everything put together for the digital class. I spoke to some students, and it's sort of varied their reaction. I know one student said, she felt that it might be an overreaction. Another student is just sort of, let's wait and see how it goes, as I touch my face. Most students are used to online courses, and in my experience, most students take at least a few online courses throughout their career here at the university, so they're used to that component for the most part. With the amount of traveling that students will be doing over spring break, it will be very interesting to see how that all works out when everyone is back after spring break. So any other good, juicy developments, I will certainly let you know. But that is how Corona is affecting me personally. I also wanted to share very quickly at the end here some pictures locally of the aisles of various stores. I did go to the grocery store during my lunch break today, and it was so freaking busy. So I will share those pictures here at the end. Thank you for watching.